I could walk into a classroom and see 30 different things going on wrong, or in my opinion, that weren't up to standard. But I can't give feedback on all 30 things because I'll run the teacher out of the profession.
How long have you known Angela Prince and her consulting company, EdLife?
Well, before I knew Angela as part of EdLife, her company, I know her as the state representative since I am a CSI school.
Okay.
So she is the person who came in as a representative to coach me.
Okay. And what was your first impression?
Just overall knowledgeable, willing to help. I mean, I soak up everything that she shares with us as a school. She ran the meetings for all the CSI schools in the Bronx, and just her wealth of knowledge. The one-on-one meetings, whether it was one-on-one or if it was a whole group meeting, it didn't matter. She always had something that I can walk away with, and that was impressive for me.
Were there any moments where you were like, you just had this big aha about how you could continue on in what you were doing compared to how it was before she came into your life?
Right, so I could give you multiple examples of that, but let me start with COVID first. During the COVID era, we were working from home. It was all on Zoom, and as a coach, I didn't have a classroom, so I didn't have kids who I had to go on for. But I also knew that our teachers, were struggling. And so what Angela did was to show me a way that I can support the teachers, even though it was via Zoom. And what I came up with was, in conjunction with my principal, a come and take what you need, like curriculum. I wish I could explain it a little better. So every morning we got up with a quote, something positive, or we got up with a song, just to reminding them of the great work that they're doing and why they're doing it, and the fact that children are dependent on them. So she would always say, Maslow before Bloom. So we had to make sure that we were taking care of the teachers first. And that just grew into something of its own. So it was beautiful.
What I've noticed at this conference is, I was here last year, but what I noticed this conference is there's a huge theme of self-care, of being nurtured, of being proactive with being self-aware. And it sounds like that's something that you all had to develop during COVID. Is kind of a mind shift.
Correct.
And do you feel like it supported you well?
Oh, extremely. The teachers loved it. They would share. We would go down memory lane, share a time when, and it could have been whatever, your best moment. Some people share their wedding, some people share their baby pictures. Mm-hmm. It was just to give them an opportunity to be recognized, and to know that we are with them, we stand with them, we see them, and we feel the same pains that they're feeling.
Yes.
So that was good. In addition to that, one of the things that she came in and did when Angela came in person was to walk me through the expectations when I walk into a classroom as an instructional leader. What am I looking for, and how to give feedback. And I could walk into a classroom and see 30 different things going on wrong, or in my opinion, that weren't up to standard. But I can't give feedback on all 30 things because I'll run the teacher out of the profession.
Yeah.
So what she did is said bite sizes. And most of the times I didn't have to give the feedback. Once I met with the teacher, the first question was, what is something that you thought went well? What is something that you could still work on? And I got that from Angela. And immediately they would give me the solution versus me having to give them the solution. So that worked out beautifully. Teachers knew that I couldn't rate them, so this was a peer-to-peer that even made them more comfortable. So just those little ideas that she planted worked very well.
Nuggets
for my
of information. It actually shows us as individuals how to lead, but also serve.
Correct.
right? And putting the power back into your teacher, your educator's hands, and allowing them to see and tell you, you know, this is what I did, but I know I could do it this way much better.
Correct.
So you never really have to address the issue because you're already opening up that door for just a conversation about, you know, how things could be better, fueled or directed by the teacher.
Correct.
Which is awesome.
If there were some who didn't reach to that point, we did have some questions that, again, Angela provided me where I could ask them and it got them to that point. So either way,
it worked out.
It worked out, yes.
Good, good. If you had to do it all over again, what would you change?
If we could change COVID, but we can't, or we couldn't. I wish I had more opportunities for her to come in. I think we only had 6 sessions. I would change the number of sessions so I could have her in there more often, just to share her wealth of knowledge.
Yes, that's awesome.